Check, check, check. Mic check. Check, check, check. Mic check. There we goes. Check, check, check. Mic check. There we goes. Technical difficulties, man. You ready to redo this again? Yeah. What's going on, YouTube, man? Today is gonna be a special video, man. Guest canceled last minute, but the wife wanted to come and interview me today. So as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, she got her questions written down. She don't want to let me see them. I don't know how it's gonna go. We might end up divorced at the end of the live, depending on what she asks. But you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, babe?
Hi, I'm Joanna Cardenas, and I'm JC's wife.
So is it today gonna be a good live?
I hope so.
You say you've been waiting for this. Why?
I don't know.
But why you
questions that we've all wondered, I'm sure, and not heard from me, but heard from you and how you felt or how you went through everything. And
so
let's see.
So let me ask you a question before you ask me questions. You've been with me my whole military career and after, and you still got questions?
Yeah.
For real?
Because there's questions that I think I know the answer, but not from your perspective.
What you mean? Like what?
Okay, let's see. Let me just ask one and see.
Alright, so we're gonna start like this questions
Yes.
right away?
Yes.
Alright, come on, let's go.
Okay. Can you describe how you felt coming back from both of your deployments?
Coming back from both of my deployments.
I know how we felt, me and the girls, but how did you feel when it was getting closer to you coming back?
I think, well, let's go with the first deployment. Coming back from Afghanistan, I was happy because I was coming back home. But I felt some kind of way because I didn't know how big back home was going to be. Like, you know, I got used to being away from ya, talking to ya, and I got used to, it's like, how can I tell you? The way I was living in Afghanistan compared to coming back home, it was not, even though it was going to be better, I didn't know how I was going to be able to adjust. Like, you know, when I was in Afghanistan, I always told you that I never did anything. That I
That's all I heard.
That I was watching movies all the time.
Yep.
But, you know, I didn't know how it was going to be. I was not scared. I was excited that I was coming back home. But, you know, I always wondered, like, how is it going to be? Am I going to be able to be good? Now, coming from Cuba was a vacation compared to Afghanistan. Like, I was just tired of being in the water all day. Like, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted to be back home. So Cuba, it was nothing to it. I was just ready to come back home. Man, I was snorkeling and swimming with stingrays.
Yeah.
So Cuba was nothing. Like, Cuba was Cuba.
Cuba was a vacation.
Yeah, but Afghanistan was different.
Okay.
That answers your question?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's start with, why did you want to join the military?
Why? So you bringing my own questions. Well, you know why.
Well, I know why, but maybe not.
I think I said it a couple of times. After, you know, I started working with Dario, that I ran my own truck. I wasn't used to making money, and I started doing stupid things, acting stupid, and I knew it wasn't gonna end up good if I kept doing the way things I was doing. So, if you remember, I just woke up one day and told, hey, I'm gonna go join the military. Went to the recruiting station by myself and came back already with a contract. same day. So I just wanted to better myself
Okay.
and not be a failure as a father. That's mainly what it was.
And why would you think that you would be a failure?
Because the way I was going, fucking around every weekend, partying, drinking, doing dumb shit, it was even whenever it was crazy whenever like people would ask me, how the heck you still married to me? Like I knew that was gonna happen. Like either you were gonna leave or I was gonna leave and be done with it. So that's why like I grew up without a dad. So I didn't want my girls to grow up without a dad. If that makes sense. Like I just I wanted to be a better father than what I had.
Okay. And how did your family take it?
My mom, she kind of didn't like it at the beginning until I explained why I joined. Um, the reason why I went, she said that she thought it was dumb because she knew that I was a good guy and I would make the right decision out of the military. But deep down, I knew that the military is always that I always wanted to do. But it's like I knew that being there was gonna be different. It was gonna be able to help me adjust, and I don't know. It was a make it or break kind of situation. Ah, damn, you got deep real quick, bro. God damn, hey, man. I don't like this live. Continue.
Okay.
This is question
Um,
number 3. You feel like 50 already, goddamn it. Go ahead.
How is your experience having to go to boot camp?
Damn, boot camp, I was kind of scared. Because not, I think I was one of the oldest. It was 2 people older than me, but I was like on the old side. Everybody else was 17, 18. And at the time, I didn't like anybody getting in my face. And, I didn't know how I was going to react. I didn't know if I was going to be getting into fights. So it was, I think, I don't know, man. Like, I knew what I would take, like, through training. I knew it was training. I knew they would have to break me. But I didn't know to what stand they were gonna break me. So I think I was ready, but I didn't know what to expect. Like I don't know, it was not scary, but it was there.
Pretty speechless, babe.
What you mean?
Okay. And where did you end up being stationed? And how was that?
So when they gave me my contract, I was supposed to be going to Colorado. I was excited, if you remember. I was supposed to go to basic training. Right after basic training, I was supposed to go to jump school. And then from jump school, I was supposed to go to Colorado. Well, one of the drill sergeants that I had, it was he didn't like brown people, and he said that my people in his military didn't belong. So he took away my jump school, and I ended up going to Fort Polk, Louisiana. I was I went in as 11 Bravo. I came out as 11 Charlie because they needed people to go to Afghanistan. Um, I got out in October. No, got it in September for basic training. October, you know, we went straight to Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not even home for. I was home for a couple of weeks. I think like 3 or 4 weeks.
just for us to move.
Yeah, I think I was home for like 3 weeks, and then I went straight to Afghanistan and came back to Fort Polk. Uh, I was supposed to go to El Paso. We were excited. They lit up our house. And motherfuckers made us unload everything, haul the truck back, and stop moving because we were going out in deployment. We ended up going to West Point only. We didn't even deploy. We just went to West Point to train cadets. Came back, got deployment to Cuba. When I was in Cuba, I got orders to go to Hawaii. We came back from Cuba in 2014. Yeah, November 2014. And when I got back, they told me I needed to take 30 days leave because I was going back to Afghanistan. When I started fighting them, saying that I was supposed to go to Hawaii, they stopped moving. They pulled my orders, and that's when I decided to get out. So I was in Fort Polk for 5 years. It was good in the sense that the people that I was with, um, you know, A Martinez, Rios, Bearden. I had
Morrison.
Morrison. Well, they came in later. I had Bearden. Um, I had Fleet. Hernandez, he was there. He was like my first. It was a platoon sergeant. Bearden was my section sergeant. I was with good people, so he ended up being good, especially because Bearden took me under his wing. He mentored me at the beginning. I fucking thought that Bearden hated me. I really thought the motherfucker was racist. Ended up not being fucking racist. I love you, motherfucker, if you're watching. But yeah, man, it was good. Bearden was there for me. He taught me everything he knew, and I was able to pass down some of that shit to my guys. So overall, even though I got fucked, it ended up being good because I got extended family now.
Yeah. So how was it for you living the lifestyle that you had before the military? How was it adjusting to the military life?
You know how
To
that
the
was.
military lifestyle.
You know how that was. Man, let me tell you something, man. If you ever decide to join the military because of money, that's the wrong answer. I had my own business at the time. I had a tool truck. We used to work for Cornwell. I ended up going independent. I had my own tool truck. It used to be called JC's Toolbox. You see the snapping trucks, it was the same thing. Well, I was independent. I didn't belong to any company, so I had my own route. Me and my dad, he has his own truck too. So we were making, man, this is in 2010. We're making about 2 to 3 grand a week, man. So that's why I say I was used to having money. So whenever I started making money, a lot of fake people were around me, and that's when I started making bad decisions. So we went from making 2 to 3 grand a week to making almost 3 grand a month. But of those 3 grand, that would take $800, $900 for housing.
Yes.
So we only had like close to a little bit over $2,000. No, it was less than that because they used to take the TRICARE.
Yeah.
They were taking off TRICARE, and man, I had close to $2,000 a month. So adjusting from making that a week to a month, it was hard. It
Yeah,
was
it
really
was.
hard. But hey, man, we ended up doing it. It was good, and I guess you just gotta learn how to control the money, how to control how you spend it. That's about it. We couldn't go out no more. We couldn't go. We couldn't travel no
Lot of
more.
barbecues at the house.
We didn't have no more barbecues at the house, so it was just whatever way we like go to the grocery store, stock up, and cook at the house every day.
Yep.
Roman noodles. Let's go.
Beans and tortillas.
That's right.
Okay. Once you were told that you were deploying, how did your family take it? Like from your perspective, how did you see the girls take the news? Or like your mom?
Well, if you
Or
remember,
even your dad?
well, you remember the girls were little. What hurt me the most was that the girls didn't recognize me when I got out of basic training.
Okay.
It took them a while to recognize me, and to tell them, well, they didn't know what was going on. To be gone during basic training, to coming back and being home for 3 weeks, and then going back to Afghanistan. You
For a
know,
whole year.
it was fucking crazy. My mom. So let me tell you, I don't know if you know. My mom used to live in Corpus Christi when she was pregnant with me. Gilberto was in the military. Gilberto went in as an infantry, and then he ended up reclassing to a combat medic. Whenever she saw that Gilberto used to deploy and going out, she didn't want me to be that guy. She didn't want me to be Gilberto. She didn't want me to be a soldier. So she was scared that me being Mexican, I was going to be drafted. Coming from a family, Mexican family, I was going to be drafted. So she went to Mexico. So I was born in Mexico. Right after I was born in Mexico, she came back over here. So she did that to avoid me going to war. So whenever I told her that war, she just fucking lost it. And she like, man, we gotta leave. I'm going back to Mexico. You don't gotta do this. But I knew what I signed up for. I knew what I wanted. And you know, I wasn't here when 9/11 happened. But when I joined, I was already a father. So my mentality was I'd rather take care of this over there to let him come back over here again. So that was my mentality, like handle it over there instead of handling it here. So she didn't. My mom didn't understood why I was doing it. Um, but she's like, look, you're grown, you got your own family. Is that what you want to do? That's what you're gonna do. So there's not much you can do. They didn't say anything. Daddy never said anything. It's just Daddy's been Daddy. I don't. The relationship with well, my dad is not my dad. He's my stepdad. But it's like we got that relationship, and the relationship with a father and son is different than a mom and a son. You're never gonna tell him. Yeah, I tell my dad I love him all the time because I fucking love that motherfucker. But not a lot of. He don't tell me he loves me. Not I had to force his ass to fucking tell me that he loves me.
He is not very emotional.
So he don't like none of that shit. So he's like that. So he was just like, okay, handle your business. That's all he did. Handle your business. Yeah.
And what were ways of you keeping in touch with everybody?
Man, at the beginning it was hard because we didn't have no internet. We didn't have shit. Um, I think we had a slow internet at the cop whenever they put it. When they finally set up the internet, it was like spotty. We're able to talk sometimes, and mainly was mail that I remember. We used to mail boxes, like that's all the shit that it was. And I remember making videos for the girls.
Yeah.
So they
still
didn't.
have them.
So they didn't forget about my ass. So I remember like reading books, them on a CD, and sending
Little
back
bitty
to
ones too.
yeah, and sending back to you. But I was see mail. Fine. But
Video calls on Skype.
whenever we went to the FOB,
whenever y'all could.
yeah, the FOB was where they had everything. They had fucking good internet. They had laundromats, chahas, fucking bastards. We didn't have none of that shit. So every time I went to the FOB, like I would take like 20 minutes to run down to the internet cafe and fucking give you a call and talk to you.
The girls really like that.
What else? Damn, bro, like you fucking going deep, man. Like, God.
Well, there's questions that we've all wanted to kind of hear.
I don't know who's all we want to hear.
Well, mostly me. Okay. If there's any advice that you would give someone that's saying, hey, I know you've been in the service. I know you've done, you've deploy and stuff like that. What advice would you give someone, regardless of the age, regardless of the sex or gender?
Man,
what would you say?
With the new military, so you don't fucking do it.
That's your perspective.
Yeah, me with the new military, I would say don't do it. But if you really want to join the military, I would say either go Air Force or go Navy. But make sure you pick a job that you can use outside the military. Don't pick a job that you're not gonna be able to get nothing from it. Like, um, well, even if you join the army, I'm just saying that because you get more job opportunities in the Air Force and the Navy to something that you can use once you get out. But the Army, Marines, they also got some. But it's like logistics is a good one. Uh, Combat medic is another one. Man, anything that you can use once you get out the military, I would recommend you do that. Combat, the only thing that you're gonna be able to do is be a rent-a-cop and security. Well, yeah, rent-a-cop, security, police officer. That's about it. It's not much you can do. So if you don't want to do that once you get out, don't do combat. Just do something else. Look at your options. Look at the MOS and look at the jobs you can qualify once you get out. Some MOSs are good. You can be a mechanic. You can get out. You can be a helicopter mechanic. You can be a pilot. Get something that is gonna help you once you get out, and use the college, man. Do college while you're in, and that helps a lot too.
For those that don't know what an MOS is, what is an MOS?
God damn it! Hold on, I got another question, and I know why this motherfucker is asking. I love you. Oh, it's over here. I love you. Well, fuck you. Team Mav. That's Master Sergeant Infante. Which one was your first choice? Well, let me go back on that one. Uh, when I was in high school, I was in the Navy General to see. Uh, I had a Marine instructor, so I always wanted to be a Marine. Whenever I was a senior, I had two Marines go to my house, and I trying to sign up for the early program to join the military. So they had to go talk to my mom, and when my mom seen the two Marines, fucking, I didn't. I think they had shoes, if I remember right. I can't remember. Two Marines went to the house, and they were talking to my mom. My mom was crying. She was like, "Why you want to do this? Blah blah blah." I always want to be in the military. I knew I was gonna be in the military one day. So whenever they find out that I didn't have no papers, the guy was like, my mom, she like, well, doesn't he supposed to have papers to be in the military? And one of the guys looked at me. He was like, you don't got no papers? I like, no, I came in with a passport as a tourist, but it expired, so I'm illegal now. And he's like, well, we're gonna have to finish this conversation right now because if we continue, I'm gonna have to report you and you can be deported. I like, what the heck? I like, whatever. So when I went to after we talked and I went to the recruiter's office, I went to the Marine. I went on what is it, Spencer? As soon as you cross Beltway,
Yeah.
no, it's Richie.
No, not Richie.
Oh.
It's Spencer going all the way down, and I don't know. Remember what street it turns onto?
Man, well, I went to Pasadena. It's like on the recruiter station, it was the Marines, it was the Navy, it was the Army, and it was the Air Force. So I went, I went to the Air Force, and they're like, "Well, you got to be smart to be here." Like, man, this is not me. So I straight went to the Marines. I went to the Marines. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be a Marine." And I told him like, "Hey, look, I want to be an infantry." Um, you know, the guy was like, "You want to be infantry?" Like, yeah. And like, well, I'm a Marine is a Marine. I don't. What does that mean? Like, whatever whatever job we need you, that's where you were going. I like, but I want to be infantry. I want to be a rifleman. And then he's like, well, once you get out of basic training, we're gonna tell you what you're gonna do. But I'm a Marine, submarine. He kept saying, I'm a Marine, submarine. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? It's like, well, we need cooks, you're gonna be a cook. And I don't want to be a cook. Like, well, you're still gonna be a Marine. Like, that doesn't matter. I want to be a rifleman. So they didn't let me pick my job. They didn't let me pick my MS. So I said, fuck all that. I ended up going to the. When I went to the army, they had just played that movie. Man, God damn it, it's an EOD movie. Can't remember what it's called, but it was like a guy disarming, disassembling bombs, IDs, and all that shit. And I was like, man, that's cool. Like, that's what I want to do. And then that's what I signed up for, EOD. When I called Gilberto, Gilberto was the first person that find out that I joined the military. Gilberto not telling me like, hey, Gilberto, I just signed a contract. I'm going to the army. I'm gonna be a EOD. And he's like, no, you're not. I like, what you mean? Like, you're not gonna be a fucking EOD. You're gonna be infantry. You're gonna be a rifleman. I like, what do you mean? Like, if you're gonna serve your country, you're first gonna serve your country as an infantryman, and then you can reclass to anything you want. So I was like, okay. So I went back to the recruiting station, and the recruiter's like, well, there's nothing we can do. So Gilberto is like, put me on fucking speaker, and I'm gonna fucking talk to this motherfucker. I think Gilberto was a staff sergeant at the time, and recruiter either was a E5 or E6. Uh,
What happened?
so long story short, the Marine Corps was your first choice. Yes, motherfucker. Marines was my first choice. Is that what you want to hear? There it is, Vato. There it is. Yeah. Marines was my first choice. But a Marine is a Marine. It was nothing that you can. A Marine is a Marine. Bro, if you are a cook and a Marine and you feel like you owe that, you ain't shit. That's all I got to say. That's from the heart. This is a real soldier talking.
Oh my god.
Anyways, continue.
So what is an MOS?
MOS is your
For those
job.
that don't know.
Okay, MOS is your job. Simplify. All right. MOS is your job description. So it's like, to me, my MOS that was JC Glass. Or confusing channels. Military Talk by JC 11C. 11C was my MOS, 11 Charlie. That means I'm an infantryman slash motorman. 11 Bravo is an infantryman rifleman. So it's like, uh, I think they're 18s or 19s series. So each job got a different identifier. So
Okay.
for engineer it might be a 18 or 19, can't remember. Infantry is 11 series. So scouts 19 deltas. So that's what it is.
And if you could have picked any other MOS,
Yes, Jesse,
and
I was gonna be a Marine. I was trying to be a Marine, but they wanted me to be a cook. That's not a real Marine. That's a fucking cook. Continue, baby. Damn it.
so if you could have chosen any other MOS in the military, would you have still picked what you did, or would you have wanted?
Well, when I got out, well, let me tell you, this some of y'all don't know. I used to fly when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I used to fly Tomahawks. So anything that it was a single engine, I used to fly. I had my private pilot permit. Didn't get my license because they find out that I didn't have no papers and I had to go. You see, not having papers, bro. Like, damn.
And that's why you married.
That's why I marry you as. That's why you're still around. Damn. So when I was in high school, I went to a magnet high school, Sterling High School. So I started flying at a Pearland Regional Airport. So I had enough hours so I can start doing my. I have my private pilot permit, so I just need to do a couple of more hours so I can apply for my license. The problem with that was that they told me like, hey, we noticed that you haven't got your background check yet, so we need you to do a background check before you continue. Uh, Jesse Guajardo, military occupational he delivered. I don't know. Okay, Angel Mendez. Listening to my brother while I prepare for some sparing. Oh yeah, brother, I seen you. I seen you always acting, bro. Anyways, I used to fly in high school, so if I was gonna do anything else, I would probably go back flying. Uh, I would love like after I went to Afghanistan, Black Hawks helped us a lot, Apaches. So I wanted to be a pilot. Like
A pilot?
I was trying to
Okay.
go pilot. Yeah.
Something dangerous too. Okay.
Hey man, gotta live life to the fullest, no regrets.
Okay. Okay, I'm sure you've had some very difficult times while in the service that you still haven't told me, and that's fine. What are your ways of managing whether stress or any triggers you might have? How do you manage to not?
Explode. Well,
Yes.
if you remember, I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago, the last time I called you right away when I was about to have an episode.
Yes.
I called you because 18 wheeler tire blew up next to me. And when the tire blew up, it took me immediately back to Afghanistan. It was like it was a switch. Like I was driving on the freeway to boom, back in Afghanistan. And I was like, let me see. Jesse Guajardo, message me and comment. Hey man, cooks know how to use knives. I guess they do, man. Chop that steak real fine. Team Jordan, the plane is ready. I know, man. I need to get back on the plane. Timmy is also a Navy veteran. He needs to come over here. I don't know why he don't want to come over. But hey, Timmy, I need you over here, man.
Camera shy.
What we're talking about? I forgot. Oh, my episode. Yeah. So it took me straight back to Afghanistan, and then like it clicked that I was not over there. So I picked up the. I remember fucking right away. I picked up the phone and I called you like, "This is what just happened. Don't fucking. Just fucking tell me whatever. I know I'm fine, but just fucking tell me anything." So fucking we started talking, and I used like fucking breathe in, fucking put my phone on. I mean my radio on, and I chilled. Like, but you don't fucking know. Like you really don't know what's gonna trigger what. Um, but this right here helps a lot. Fucking with the cars helps a lot. Even though I get stressed out about the cars too. So is
Getting
I
beat
guess
by a video game
I
by your
guess
daughters?
yeah, I get stressed out by something else, and I've been fine though. I've been fine. What
I'm
else?
just wondering.
Well, shit. No wonder.
What is your most memorable moment that happened or you went through while you were in the service? Like,
You want something bad or something good?
how about both?
Holy shit. Got a long comment. Jonathan Pecoraro, not to get you off track, but did you ever think of going warrant officer while you were in? Yes, bro. I was trying to go in a warrant officer to be a pilot, but whenever during deployment, I was able to serve with what do they call? Oh my god, bro. They're not special forces. They do special forces training, but they're uh damn it. Ooh, it's another MOS, man. God, I can't remember what is it. JTech. Is it JTech? I want to say it is. You gotta go to selection. Once you go to selection, you get out of selection and you go with them. PsyOps. That's what it is. I was with when I was on one of my last missions from Durrani. We were in Bottom Calais. We were over there for a 3-day mission we had psyops next to us, and them guys were like, they were on point, bro. So I talked to one of the guys from psyops. He was telling me, you gotta go to selection. Once you go to selection, you pull out of selection, you make it, then you go to a different school. So that's what I wanted to do. Like I went from trying to be a warrant officer to being psyops because it was more mental, more physical, and I wanted to see, I want to see how much I can push my body, if that makes sense. Uh, but yeah, it crossed my mind being a warrant officer. But when I talked to psyops, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. From everyone that
We're talking about what's it previous memorable moment.
Yes.
Memorable moment. Oh shit. Good or bad?
How about both? If you're good.
No, I think like the one that I never, and it was not bad. It was uh what happened with psyops. So whenever I submitted my application for psyops. I don't know if you remember, we're doing a transition from uh the email that we were using from the old to new. So once we're in between the transition, I missed that email. So psyops, the way it works, you drop your package. You wait for them to pick you. Once they pick you, they give you a school day. No, first after they pick you, you do like a one-on-one, and then they give you a school day. So I dropped my package. I waited. I think it was like 2 months after we got back. They picked up my package. Everything was good. I meet the requirements to go to the next step, right? So whenever I went to the next step, we were transitioning emails. So I was looking only to my new and I forgot about checking my old email. So by the time I went back and I checked my old email because they were still active, my school, like my interview day, was the day before I checked my email. So I gave them a call and I told them what had happened, and they're like, "It's no excuse. You can wait until next year." So I ended up not getting paid for missing a fucking email. But yeah, bro, that's what happened. So back to moments. I think the first one that I had, I think it was the funniest one. It was not. It was not fun. I don't know how to see it, like if it's funny or not funny. It was. I told this story many times here in the channel. My first firefight, and it was like my first firefight because I didn't fire back. Shit, I was just. I just was there. So whenever we first moved to Cap Durrani, we're on a tent. So picture is one like the big white tent that I have for the cars.
The one you have.
Yeah, well, still got it. So one of those. So it's like multiple bunks, right?
Okay.
And so we're sitting down right there, and they're like some of the old guys that were there, and I believe it was Bearden, and I can't remember who was right on the table. They're like, "You know how to play spades?" And I don't know what the heck is that. Like, if you're gonna be in the military, you gotta learn how to play spades. They're fucking chanclas, fucking shorts, and a t-shirt, and we hear like boom, 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 blah, 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 and everybody that's ever fired Mark 19, you know what it is. Like, you already know like the sound. I'm like, what the heck? So one of the guys is like, "Ooh, we getting attacked." I like, whatever. So we over here keep playing space and like, boom, 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 blah, 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 and like, what the heck? And then like, ooh, what we gonna do? So I was like, man, this guy just fucking with me. Like, probably that's what they do like at nighttime just to see what would happen. And then out of nowhere, you see this guy fucking with his IOTV, like he's running, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he opened the tent, and you see tracers flying on top of the tent, and he just dug down and like, "Get to your gun, get to your gun." So I'm a 120 assistant gunner. So I like, what the fuck? So I turn around, I'm trying to go get my beer. I'm not my beer. Trying to go get my gear on. And I remember Bearden, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Go to the gun. Don't worry about that shit." I'm like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?" So people are shooting and I cannot put anything on, so I just ran to the gun and fucking chanclas and fucking PT shorts, and I fucking run into the gun and we right there like fucking waiting for they call a fire mission, and then I don't know, boom, everything goes quiet, and then I was like, what the fuck? So it was like quick, like firefight, like just a couple of people shoot. What happened was fucking A&A. It was a point on top of the hill, at A&A point, and in Afghanistan we always use red light. So one of the guys was high on hashish, like marijuana, from A&A. So he saw a red light. He was shooting at the red light. So that motherfucker was shooting at us. So whenever they start shooting back, it was like every like friendly fire until they fucking tackle one guy down and they stop him. So I was like, what the fuck? I almost pissed my pants that day. So I just turned around and I was pissing on the side of the head scope. I was scared shitless because I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then Bearden got on my next time fucking this shit happen, you don't fucking worry about your gear, you fucking worry about your gun. You run to your point, I'm hand your point. I'm like, what the fuck? So I like, damn, that was like a reality check, like, holy fuck,
Big
this is
reality
it.
check.
And like this is it. So, that was like that's just like boom, imprint right there, like nah fucking never going away.
Forever.
Yeah. Happy Zoom.
Wait, I thought that was a good one.
Well, I don't know if I don't know how that was like, but that's like one of the moments that I got like right there.
Oh, well,
uh,
okay.
well, I mean, you don't want to fuck up shit. What was another one? Man, this is a lot of shit, but like that. Remember that one right there.
Okay.
That's it.
That's like the main one
Yeah,
that you'll always.
yeah.
Okay. How do you think your time in the military affected you?
I think, man, I would lie if I say it didn't affect me because it did affect me. Um, I think it was. Fuck, I don't even know if I should say more good than bad. Um, it changed me. It changed me to a way that I can say when first Bearden took out like took me under his wing. Bearden fucking broke me the fuck down. Like he made me feel like fucking shit. Like I didn't know anything. Like he just made me feel like shit, right? And I didn't know why the fuck he was doing what he was doing until one day I confronted his ass and I was like, man, I told Martinez, I was like, man, I think this motherfucker is racist. Like he got something against me. And Martinez just laughed and he was like, he went and it was Martinez. I remember it was Martinez, it was Bearden, and it was I. And then when we had that conversation, when Bearden told me like, look, I'm not racist. I fuck with you because you have potential in you. And what I need to do is I need you build yourself as a better soldier. I know what you are capable of, but you don't know. So I want to bring that out of you. So whenever Bearden like that was one of the realest conversation I ever had. It's like I understood why he was the way he was with me. So I was like, you know what, this motherfucker trying to take care of me, and like fuck it, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and listen. And that's exactly what I did. So he molded me, shaped me as a better person, as a better soldier. He showed me that it was, that I was able to push myself more than I thought I was able to. Um, so it's like, man, he changed me in a way for better because I was able to push that to my guys. Um, but it was like also kind of fucked me up in the sense that while I was in Afghanistan, I got used to shit that people shouldn't be used to. I did some shit that fucking I don't know. It's just like is double-sided blade. I think that would be the best way to describe it. Because in a way, it made me a better man, a better person. But in another way, he also gave me fucking some shit that I gotta deal with for the rest of my life, I guess. Hold on, let me see. I got a comment. You you throw out these names, and I can help but step back in, bro. This is gonna take off for you, bro. This podcast thing you're doing. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. He fucking like talking like this. He fucking takes me back. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like this podcast right here is opening my mind like to shit that I have forgot about. Like it's like I forget about shit sometimes, and this is like boom, like flashbacks. Like I'm fucking there. Like I feel like me talking to my beard and like I'm feel like, and I know where the fuck we were at. We had this conversation in Afghanistan. So when I had this conversation, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I'm fucking go way back. We had this conversation in Afghanistan. We were fucking building an LC, and it was fucking Martinez, Bearden, and I fucking right next to the fuel blizzards, like fucking where we collect the fuel for the aircraft or whatever. So we're just fucking right. So it's just like this shit takes me fucking way back.
Is that?
And the whiskey helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning names, and my other question was, out of everyone you've ever deployed with or worked with in any form in the service that helped guide you to becoming a sergeant, to becoming the soldier that you said. So
it was many people. I had some good NCOs. I had some bad NCOs. Uh, not all of them I work with, but like you learn from the way they lead soldiers, the way they act around soldiers, and you learn from everything. People that I can tell you that helped me, it was first and foremost Bearden. We had fucking Martinez. We had during Guantanamo Bay, fucking God damn it. I just fucking forgot his name. Watson. Fucking Watson. Sergeant Watson was the shit when we were in Guantanamo Bay. Like at the beginning I used to hate the motherfucker. I hated him with a passion because me and him had an incident in Afghanistan. Like he was a fucking asshole. But then the same thing. He was like that because it was I remember Sergeant Baxter was the one building or molding Watson as an NCO. So I know why he was the way he was. So whenever Watson took, like, Watson became a section sergeant, a corporal at the time, and Watson was teaching me like, look, this is why you act the way you act with people. This is how you gotta act. This is what you gotta do. Like so. Watson was one of them too. Lieutenants, I had a couple of lieutenants. Man, first time Bruce was really good too. So it is many people, but that I know for sure that I can tell you that were there. Bearden, Fleet, Watson, that were like right there. But now Sam Horton. Sam Horton was with me in Cuba. And one of the guys that I always listen to, like he was not in my first line, but he knew a lot. And every time like this fucking guy talk, you fucking listen. First Sergeant Capon. I was the Staff Sergeant Capon. Was it the Staff Sergeant in Afghanistan? I think it was the Staff Sergeant. Staff Sergeant Capon in Afghanistan. Sergeant Capon was one of the guys that you fucking listen whenever he talks. Like shit. Uh, you know, that's what it is. Hold on, let me go back to comments. Lisa Huggins, do the wifeful soldiers have the opportunity to go get counsel too? Yeah, they want to. Uh, Watson, Epstein were the dynamic duo. And yes, I have forgot about certain AC. Horton, Horton is a who. Uh, that man hated me. Yeah, I think I don't see why not. I think that's a good question. I don't know, but I don't see why they couldn't cancel. Whatever benefits we have, the why they have it too. Yeah, you had the same benefits that I had, so I'm pretty sure if you needed to, you could have.
Mm.
But did I answer that question?
Yeah, I didn't think of that question about the family, if the family needed counseling.
I really didn't
Like,
think.
I ever wonder, like, do military kids ever need?
I don't know, bro.
Hmm.
I really don't know. I think that's a good question. I think that's something that I gotta look into.
Yeah.
But he never came
I
up.
mean,
Yeah,
we never had that issue.
yeah.
Girls are tough and hard headed, just like you.
What else you got?
There's your boys, babe. All right. Okay. How was your first few months transitioning from military life back to civilian life after 5 years? And how was it hard for you to accept that your body couldn't do anymore?
And that's too many questions into one, bro. Like,
Okay, let's break it down. How was your transition from 5 years?
Transition was not easy, especially because I got, I was used to waking up at fucking 4:35 in the morning every day to get ready to go do PT. Um, uh, Angel Mendez. That's a good question. That transition is rough, and I think a lot of us aren't ready for it. Yeah. So transition was not easy, not the easiest thing to do, and that still sometimes is the same. Um, the first couple of months it was rough because you know to not getting so much sleep. I was up early. I used to be outside just fucking doing shit. I used to go to work. If you remember when we first got back, I started helping my mom at the store. So we had keys of the store, so I'll be there at 6 in the morning when the stores are closed, and I'm the only one over there fucking fixing shit. Uh, I think the worst thing is that, in a sense, I feel like I was a failure because before I joined the military, we had a house, we had everything, and I came back to not having a house, place to stay, having to go back with my mom, and I think we were there only for like about a week, if
Yeah.
any. We ended up going over there to live with my boy Carlos, my brother Los, um, and in a way, he kind of helped me because the time that we were living with him, I was staying busy. Like I would go to work early, but early in the morning, come back, and at this time he was working on cars.
Mm-hmm.
Helping him, like he would tell me, like we gotta do this to this car. If you get here before I do, start working on it. So I think that's what got me more into cars. Like I feel like they kept me busy. They kept me doing something. So you know, after a while, we had to get our own place. And I think once we got our own place is when it actually hit me. Like realizing that I, I couldn't be a soldier no more. Like I couldn't, it was different. It was fucking different. It was hard. I think it was one of the hardest things that I had to do. Like it was not. At the time I didn't have no PTSD. I didn't have none of that shit. I think it came after though. No, it came like
I think it came after.
5, 6 months after I.
Not a year. It was before the year
Yeah.
hit.
So it's like it's like whenever you had so much time in your hands, like crazy. Let me see. I didn't see the comments. Uh, Jesse Wahardo, you always be Johnny's hero, bro. Yeah, that's my man. My fuck, you don't even let me see my boy. That's he don't know yet, but you know, gotta see that little boy. But I think that's after. I think it was like 5, 6 months after when I started just thinking about dumb shit, and I didn't ever think that that shit was gonna happen to me. Like I thought I was good. But then I had other people calling me, people that I had got out before I did, and talking about like I don't want to say no names, but you remember him calling me at 2, 3 in the morning. It was a couple of guys calling me and wanted to talk about shit that we did in Afghanistan. So it's like that. I think that's what brought it though. Like reliving that shit, talking about it again. Like I feel like I had just put that shit back in the back of my head, and then whenever we're talking about it, like that shit would come out. So that's when I started drinking. That I met the neighbor and I started fucking drinking every day. So once I started doing a bottle a day,
I don't remember.
I went from a bottle a week to a bottle a day. We're drinking every night. That's when I knew I needed help. But it wasn't easy.
And then you got in contact with VA and
Yeah. Started going to once I went to the VA, I started going to psychiatrists. It was 2 years or 3 years.
probably two.
I think 2 years. I spent 2 years with psychiatrists, and then I was just like, oh, I started buying fucking guns. I started buying guns, going to the gun range. I used to go to the gun range a lot with my mom. We used to go like girls shoot free on Thursdays. The range right there on Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
We used to go to the range a lot, a lot. We got Team Jordan. We all have to find our place with the encouragement and support of others. Yeah, bro, we do, but sometimes it's hard to talk about anything with people that you don't know. You know, sometimes it's hard to open up to other people because I'm not lying. One of the things that pissed me off when I first got out, it was you and your family because y'all will be like, oh, Juani's gonna be here. Make sure you don't pop no fireworks, and
Wait a
he got
minute.
PTSD. But
Wait a minute. There was that one time you did it was the fireworks, and the fireworks got you. So then that's when everybody was like, "Oh, okay."
No, but it's like what pissed me off is like people. I feel like people will see me like a fucking animal. Like oh, we gotta be careful because we don't want to set him off. Like, and that's one of the shit that pissed me off. That's why I never. That's why I never wanted to talk to people about the shit that I dealt with. You know, even to even to Carlos, when I will be with Carlos late at night, I will be like, hey, you know what, bro, I gotta go. I knew fucking my mind was tripping, so I will have to go. Like, I never wanted to show anybody that fucking emotion that I was fucking tripping about something. Like, and I didn't even know sometimes it was just like little things that would set me off. Well, Carlos, it was a lot of shootings over there, so that was for a fact. Like, I knew what a gunshot sounds like, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of shootings over there. So it's like, fuck. Every time I hear that shit, I'm like, fuck it. But yeah, bro, it's hard to open up to other people, Timmy. I never talked to you about my time in the military. I haven't told you about shit because I don't open up. Like, I think this is the most that I open up about anything. Like, I don't like talking about it, but I got military talk.
But
Talking helps.
that's
Talking helps.
There you go.
Damn it. Fuck you, man. Continue.
Okay, next question. Oh, I think that was it. I need a new question. People, help me out. Is there a question that I have not asked? I think there is, but I just can't think of it.
Man, I don't know. It was good. So, it was good. I didn't
Did
I,
it
like.
amaze you how much the girls had changed on your first deployment? Because you missed the whole.
I think one of the hardest thing was every time that I was out, it was missing birthdays, missing Christmas, New Year's.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so that's like that was one of the things that hurt me the most. That I made that I was missing a lot of the girls. That's why I didn't want to deploy again. That's why I was trying to get out of Fort Polk. That's why whenever they told me that I was going to El Paso to a fucking test unit and I was not gonna deploy for 2 years, I was excited because I was gonna be able to spend 2 years with my girls. And then they took that shit from me. Whenever they sent us to, we're supposed to go to Hawaii, I was excited because I was like, hell yeah, no deployment. I just got back. They just got back from rotation. We just got back from rotation. That means we got at least 1 year clean, no deployments. So it was, you know, it was one of the hardest things that I did, and that's the reason why I decided to get out because I was missing a lot of the girls. Um, at the beginning, I kind of regretted getting out of the military because I thought I was gonna be a lifer. I thought I was never gonna be able to get out of the military. Um, to me, like progress, like they call one thing that is called seven on seven. Is ranks go from E1, E2, E3. So each rank got a time. You gotta be meet certain time and certain schools, certain requirements to go to the next level. So I came as a sergeant. I was supposed to go to the E6 board um, in 6 months after we got back. So I was 6 on 6. I was gonna go to 6 on 6. So my goal was being 7 on 7, like become a you know sergeant first class in 7 years, E7 in 7 years. So I was like, hell yeah. I wanted to be like I thought my life was always gonna be the military. But whenever I got out, like it hurt me. I'm not lying. I feel fucking devastated. Like I feel bad. Like I feel fucking bad. So seeing some of the guys deploy going back to Afghanistan, it hurt me because I wasn't there from them. But at the same time, I was like, well, shit, I did my time. I paid my duties. Like I did my time, and it's time for me to move on and take care of the family. If you remember, I don't know who the one that asked, but she's like, who's taking care of us? Or you over there?
Yeah.
And I remember it was a fucking. I was in Cuba, and it was during the New Year's. We're not called yet, and she's like, "You taking care of your soldiers?" Yes. So who's taking care of us?
I
Oh,
want to say.
that fucking question right there fucking destroyed me that night. I think that I got a picture of that night. I ended up drinking a fucking. I was drinking whiskey and smoking a cigar. I was just feeling like shit. I didn't want to do anything. I don't know who took that picture, but I was just fucking sitting down on a fucking table, drinking whiskey and fucking smoking a cigar because I felt like shit. And I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, do I really need this shit? Like, my girls are over there. And then the other shit that pissed me off is whenever I was in Afghanistan, that we got a call from the Red Cross that one of my girls needed surgery. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And they like, well, we're gonna send you the next flight. You're going back home tomorrow, blah blah blah. And then you ask calls, oh no, we don't need you here.
No, I didn't
I
call.
was like, motherfucker, like
You were coming home in like
3 weeks later.
No,
yes.
It wasn't 3 weeks.
Lisa Huggins, never did we see you as an animal. It was our respect one. We have the utmost respect for what you've done. Anyways, did your group of friends before you enlisted change? What? Did your group of friends before you enlisted change when you got out? My group of friends, my circle became smaller, and I'm glad that happened. Um, you know, I lost a lot of fake friends. The real ones to stay back, and they still back. So yeah, the circle changed, and it was for a good cause. It was for a reason. Yeah, but forgot what the fuck we're talking about.
Uh,
You see, I get distracted quick, man. That motherfucker.
um,
Oh yeah, no, but the girls was just one of the hardest things to fucking.
because they had changed so much, and
Yeah,
I
I
know.
listen a lot.
I'll never forget when you're like, I'll give y'all a puppy for your birthday if you can tell me your ABCs.
Oh, they got my ass on that one. Yeah, they got my.
They weren't even 3 yet.
Shit, hey man, I know I got 5 people watching. Y'all got any questions before we go? I didn't know this shit was gonna get this deep. I think it was a good little. I don't know how long we've been in. Damn, we've been in for an hour already. If y'all got any questions before we go, y'all let me know. Uh, damn, it was some good questions, some heavy questions too. Fuck you, we still married. Baby. We just remember that when the side bitches come up. That's all I gotta know. Man, yeah, I don't think I ever fucking got this deep with about my military career. Like, it was a lot of shit, but everything happened to happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good to, share with the people that I serve. I'm glad that some of the people that I serve with still in the military. They still growing. I like one of them is fucking motherfucking Wilson. Bitch ass motherfuckers first round Wilson now. Like at the beginning, I like okay, take it back from Wilson. Morrison. When Morrison became a staff sergeant, I was like, damn, that was my guy, man. I trained that guy, and I got out as a sergeant, and now he's a staff sergeant. So he's like, I was kind of jealous because they were doing what I couldn't do. They got to places that I didn't make it. But at the same time, I was like, man, if I wouldn't got out when I got out, I probably would have been here. Like, we're blessed with everything that we have right now. Everything that we have, I think, is not just because of my parents, but also because of the military. Um, the way the military fucking molded me, it helped me to be here where we at. I know sometimes I take shit as granted, like sometimes like I don't appreciate the shit that we have. Sometimes he's like I sound like an asshole, but he's like, ah, we bust our ass to be where we at. We haven't got none of this shit. People don't fucking understand how hard you gotta be fucking working to have what the fuck you have. And he's like, they only see the good. Like, oh man, it must be nice. Motherfuckers come over here and work. It must be nice. Like, people you see what they want to see, but they don't. I feel like today's society, they expect everything for free. They feel like everyone owes them something. Um, and you know, we here because my career in the military. We here because the way I was shaped as a soldier. So everything that we have is thanks to the store going and the military that was able to fucking shape me to the guy that I am right.
That's a good answer.
So now I got a question for you.
Okay.
How many Sanchos do you have while I was gone? You fucking lied to
How
me.
many what?
How many Sanchos do you have?
How many Sanchos did you sleep with over there? What happens on the field stays on the field is all I ever heard.
That's classified
For
fucking
5
information.
years.
Your level security does not allow you to get there. Once you get to this level, you're right here.
I'm on the bottom.
Yeah, your security level is like can't even tell you when I'm gonna go buy some fucking gum because you might tell people. But anyways, man, shit, okay, we got a comment. Oh, really? Oh, baby D, I got a cookie, baby D. I gotta cook and I'm gonna take it off the wrapper, baby. I got you. So, anyways, man, I think today I wasn't expecting this live. It ended up being good. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. I don't think I'm gonna edit this live. I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna leave it here, raw. That way y'all can see everything. But before we go, y'all got any questions? You got anything to say, babe, before we go?
Nope.
So what? You got everything out of your chest?
Yes.
Everything out of your system? Are you good now?
Yeah.
So can I go see some big booty bitches whenever we're done, or what?
All right, Joe and Tim, he's coming for y'all.
So, anyways, man, hey, appreciate everybody that has been supporting the channel, man. On the real, bullshit to the side. You know, this what I'm doing right here is not just for me. It's to help everybody out there. A lot of us don't like opening up. I don't like opening up, to be honest with you. This is the most I ever talk about me on one of the lives. Um, it's hard for some of us to talk about the shit that we did. It's hard for us to accept that we're not longer soldiers, because in heart and in our mind we're always going to be one. You know, becoming a soldier is not a contract thing. That's something that you're going to be for life, and people need to understand that the way we are is because what we did. Um, for everybody. You don't gotta be combat arms. You don't gotta be just army. You don't gotta be marine. You can be navy. You can be air force. You can be coast guard. This channel is open up to everybody. I understand that not everybody um, went through the same things. We all experience something different. But you know, the same way I'm sharing, I would like you share. Come to my channel, share with everybody else. You know, like she asked me, why would you tell them? Why would you tell somebody that's planning to join the military? Why is somebody trying to be Coast Guard? I don't know what to tell them because I never went to the Coast Guard. Somebody wants to be in the Navy. I didn't go to the Navy. I didn't go to the Air Force. You know, I was not a Marine. You know, I can tell you about what to do if you become a infantry guy, but that's about it. So this channel is for everybody, man. You don't gotta be combat arms to be here. This channel is not just for veterans, but it's for everybody else that wants to learn about veterans, wants to learn, you know, about this is military history. Because all this shit that we did one day is gonna be on the history books. I think someone will miss already. So it's like, why not share it? Why not put it out there, man? At the end of the day, one day I'm gonna die, but these videos are gonna be here. So, you know, somehow, some way, might somebody play this video 20, 40 years from now. You know, you might be here. Your grandkids might be able to watch that video. You know, so this right here that I'm doing is not just for me, but it's for everybody. Um, and what helps me is that I know one day, you know, my girls might be able to come back and see this channel, see this what I've been doing, learn about my military career. I know some right now they're focused on their school, they're focused on their track, they're focused on everything. So we really don't talk about anything other than what they're going through. So hopefully when they get older, you know, they can come back over here and see, learn more about me, learn more about the shit that we went through. Um, but you got anything to say before we go?
No.
Just tell them something, man.
Thank you for watching
And what? Motherfucker. Nah, man. So, anyways, again, thank you for supporting the channel, man. Y'all go check out the last video on YouTube. I'm not YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, man. If you're new to this channel, somehow I got this to you. Make sure you subscribe, man. Share this video, and help me grow this channel, man. Other than that, appreciate everybody that been here, everybody that been watching, everybody channel, man. Uh, Catch you on the next one.